I'm Cath and this is Made by Cath Craft. Welcome to this video where I'll be popping on every day for the next 5 days and sharing with you what I'm wearing for my handmade wardrobe, and I'll be talking all about the patterns and the fabric and how I feel about each outfit I'm wearing each day. And I'm going to be doing this through the whole month of May. This is my 3rd video now, so I'll link the first 2 videos down below in case you're actually catching up on them. So today is Saturday the 11th of May and I'll get straight into it and share with you what I'm wearing today for my handmade wardrobe. And it's another lovely sunny day here in the south of England today. We've had a little burst of sunshine over the last few days and it's been really warm, which has been really nice, and I've enjoyed getting out some more summery garments. And today I've actually got on 2 garments that I made using 2 free sewing patterns. I do love a free sewing pattern. I have got a few favourites, and these are 2 of my favourites definitely. So I'm wearing a t-shirt and a skirt, and I'll talk about the t-shirt first. This is the Stellantis by French Navy, this pattern here. I will link it down below, it's quite easy to download. And it's a really nice, fairly simple jersey t-shirt. Let me see if I can find, is there a line drawing somewhere here? I'm sure I've got a line drawing. Well, there's one at the end here. It's a basic kind of relaxed fit t-shirt. It's not designed to be close fitting, with a round neck. The sleeves are sort of slightly drop shoulder. You can see the sort of seam lines here-ish, and it's got a curved hem. And you can turn up the sleeves to make little sleeve cuffs, which is what I've done on the version I'm wearing today. It hasn't got the biggest size range at the moment. It goes from a UK 6 up to UK 18 up to bust of 42 inches. But I do know French Navy are in the process of extending their size range, and they're planning to do that on all of their older patterns as well as patterns going forward. So hopefully at some point in the future the Stellantis might be available in a wider size range. But it's just a really nice simple throw-on t-shirt and it sews up really nicely, and I really like the sort of casual fit of it. And the version I'm wearing today is one I made in a navy bamboo jersey fabric. So a really lovely drapey jersey, which I think works perfectly for the Stellantis. I have actually made a version in a cotton jersey, and I found where the seam sits, it made my shoulders feel a bit more angular, and I didn't like it quite as much in that fabric. But I love this t-shirt in a bamboo jersey, and it's lovely and lightweight and loose and breathable, so perfect for warmer weather. I think I got this bamboo jersey from Minerva. It's one of the bamboo jerseys that's like 95% bamboo and 5% elastane, sorry. I think you can get some bamboo fabrics that are a blend of bamboo and cotton, but it is nice having the sort of 95% bamboo. I think it's got such a lovely lightweight feel to it. And then the skirt I'm wearing today, I'll stand up a bit so you can see it, and then I'll talk about the pattern. So I'll just step back for a moment. So yes, this is another free pattern, and it's another one of my favourites. It is this one here, the Sabina skirt by the Little Pomegranate. And again, I'll link this pattern below. This one has a really good size range. You might be able to see it on the cover there. It goes from UK 6 up to UK 34. But it's a lovely, quite simple skirt pattern designed for woven fabrics. I'll show you it here. It's got a fully gathered in elastic waistband and these little slash pockets, which are actually quite deep, so they're quite nice, useful pockets. And then it's designed to be about midi length with this cute little ruffle at the bottom. And the instructions on this one are super comprehensive. They really hold your hand through the whole sewing process. It'd be perfect for a beginner or just quite a nice, fun, simple sew for someone that's got some sewing under their belt. And it does say you can make it with any light to medium weight woven fabrics. I've made 2 versions today, and I've made them both in viscose challis type fabrics. And I think it's such a nice pattern for viscose challis because it creates a really lovely swishy, lightweight skirt. And I find I quite like with the viscose, it's quite a subtle ruffle to the bottom. I guess if you made it in something a little bit more substantial, it might be more of a feature ruffle and stick out a little bit more, but it is quite a subtle, soft ruffle with the viscose. And I'll stand up a bit close to the camera so you can see the print on this version I'm wearing today. It's my summery Sabina skirt, and I've got a more wintry one too. It is a really lovely Ditsy floral print, and I do love a Ditsy floral print, as you'll know if you've been watching my channel for a while. It's got this navy background and these pretty white flowers with little orange centres, And because the white flowers are quite dense, I feel the fabric has a bit of a lighter tone to it than like a sort of navy. It doesn't look super navy when I'm standing, if you're standing a bit further away, I think, because there's so much white in there. So I think it's quite a nice summery print. And this fabric I got from Minerva, and I had to look, and it is still in stock now. So I'll link it down below. Can't remember the exact price, but it's really reasonably priced. It was something like $5.99 a metre or something like that. So I thought, yeah, great value for a little skirt. Yeah, and I really like this combination actually, the kind of relaxed t-shirt and the sort of floaty summery skirt. And I'll put a picture up so you can see the full outfit on. It's just early evening here now. It feels like the light quality makes it feel like it's earlier, I think, because yeah, it's just lovely in the summery here, but it's early evening and I've been out today in this outfit and I wore it with just a pair of black sandals. I did think ideally I'd have a pair of navy sandals to go with it, but I can't really justify having any more sandals in my wardrobe, and I thought black worked fine. So yes, that's what I'm wearing today, and I have been trying this MeMadeMay. As you'll know, if you've watched my first 2 videos, have been trying to feature things I don't wear that often for my handmade wardrobe, and I have to say I have got a lot of wear out of this Sabina skirt, so it's not one of those garments I don't reach for much. I find it really comfy, it goes with loads of things, I do get quite a lot of wear out of it. This t-shirt I don't wear quite as much, and the only reason is because it does often need an iron before I get it out. I do find bamboo jersey does tend to crease a bit more, and the creases stay in a bit more than say a cotton jersey. But actually this morning we were in a bit of a rush, so I just threw it on and didn't iron it. And actually I think through the day, maybe because I'm sort of hotter than it's kind of like smoothed out a little bit while I've been wearing it, and actually it doesn't look as creased now. So that is quite good to know actually, that I could get away with not ironing it if I was in a rush, and actually I wouldn't be looking crumpled all day. It does kind of improve through the day, I've found. So quite useful to discover that today, because I do love my bamboo t-shirts. They're just so comfy to wear. But anyway, that's what I'm wearing today. I'm going to finish off here now, and I'll see you again for day 12 of MeMadeMay, Sunday tomorrow. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye. Hello, it's Sunday here now, and it's another lovely sunny warm day here today, which is nice. And it's early afternoon here at the moment. We've had quite a relaxed morning at home this morning, my family and I have. My son and I did go out for a little walk in the sunshine down to the post box and back, but otherwise we've been mostly chilling at home. But I am heading out a little bit. My daughter has a rock climbing party to go to this afternoon, so I'm going to take her to that, and I'll probably stay and have a chat to the other mums while she's doing the climbing and enjoying the party. But I thought I'd pop on first and share with you what I'm wearing today. And I'm actually quite grateful that I'm doing MeMadeMay and filming these daily videos today, because when I woke up this morning and the weather was quite similar to yesterday, I was really tempted to reach for another bamboo Stellanti. I've got a couple. I have my black one, and I thought I could wear that with another skirt. Because it was so comfy to wear yesterday, I thought that'd be a really nice, easy outfit. I don't need to think about too much today. But I thought, no, that'll be a bit boring to talk about, and I want to make sure I'm wearing a real variety this MeMadeMay. So I decided to go for a dress instead. So yes, I decided to reach this dress, which is one I made last year, and I think I made it midway through the summer, but I didn't end up wearing it much after I'd made it, and I think that was maybe because we didn't have the best summer, so there weren't that many days for wearing floaty summery dresses. So yes, it's quite nice to be wearing it today, and hopefully get into the swing of wearing it more this summer if we do get some more nice weather. But I made this dress using this pattern here, which is the LED wrap dress by Closet Core Patterns. It's a pattern that's been out a while and I had my eye on for ages. I thought it looked really pretty, but I wasn't sure if it would suit me or not. But I decided to try it out, I think maybe towards the beginning of last year. I made one version, this is my second version, and I really enjoyed it, so I kind of made 2 versions in quite quick succession. But yeah, I'll show you the line joints. It's a lovely wrap dress. I think Closet Core describe it as a modern take on a classic wrap dress, and it's designed to be quite romantic and flowy. And it's got 3 different skirt lengths, a sort of knee length and a midi length and a maxi length. And it's got a sort of dolman sleeve, and you can either make a sort of shorter version or this sort of longer, billowier, more flowy sleeve version. So both my versions I've actually made with a shorter sleeve version. I thought that'd be more practical for like an everyday dress. I thought the longer version might be lovely for like a one to wear to a wedding maybe, but I thought that version would be more practical for an everyday dress. And the version I'm wearing today is a midi length, although the version on the pattern and the midi length is designed to sort of come up a little bit at the front, so it's almost like a little bit of a very very subtle high-low hem, but mine's actually, I went for a straight hem all around because I thought it would suit this fabric better. And yeah, it's just such a nice pattern. I think it sews up really quickly, considering how pretty it looks when it's done. I think you'd think it was a more involved sew than it actually is. And I always find closet core instructions really nice to follow, and they have a good size range too. This is the paper pattern is in 0 to 20, but you can also get in PDF, I think a 14 to 30 or 32. So yeah, nice inclusive size range on this one. But yes, the version I'm wearing today is my second version, and I made it this lovely viscose fabric. This is another pattern like the Sabina skirt that I think works really well in a viscose. It's lovely and it's floaty. Although I have seen actually lovely versions in linen, which has a bit more of a structured look, and that actually look really nice too. But I've made both my versions in a viscose. And the version I'm wearing today, I got in a viscose from my actual local fabric shop, and it was a remnant piece, but quite a decent sized remnant, I think. Is that right? Maybe it wasn't, maybe that's another fabric I'm thinking of. It was good value anyway. And I just really like the print. I thought it was a really nice one. It's got a sort of navy background with these little petals on, and I thought it was quite pretty, the effect of it. I had to look online actually to see if I could find this fabric anywhere. I remember it being available in a few colourways, and I could only find on Minerva they had a small amount of each colourway left, so I'll link those little pieces that are left below. But yeah, it's a really nice viscose challis, lovely and floaty and drapey. And I'll stand up it so you can see my Elodie dress and how it sort of fits. It's got a nice tie around waist, and it's got little, how do they call them? They call them at the front, release pleats under the bust. And then also at the back there's some little, I think some little pleats too as well, or some little, something to kind of pull it in the back as well and give a nice sort of slightly blousey look at the back as well as the front. But yeah, I'll stand up it so you can see it on me. So it's lovely and floaty and swishy, but I find a midi length quite a nice practical length too. I think if I'd made the maxi length, I probably wouldn't reach for this dress as much. But I find midi is quite a nice practical length for running about my children and things. Yeah, and in terms of sizing, I think I made a straight size 4, and I actually went based on my waist size because I thought that might be the most critical measurement on this one. I thought maybe a little bit more room around the bust wouldn't be a problem, and the hip measurement's a little less critical because it sort of flows out quite a bit, so there's quite a lot of room there. But for this second version, I did end up adapting the bodice a little bit actually, because my first version I made does tend to sort of gape slightly, so I ended up adding a little popper to kind of hold it in place. And for this version, having known that, I actually just adjusted the pattern pieces. Rather than sizing down, what I did was just sort of nip a bit of the fabric out of the front here, just so it sort of sits a bit more flat against me. In this version, I don't find I have any problem with gaping, so I'm glad I made that adjustment, and at times just pinch a bit of fabric at the front, which is what I felt was, there was a bit too much fabric there for me, and did end up gaping a little bit. So I'm glad, so it'd be nice to make a second version and kind of hone the fit a little bit. So yeah, it's a really nice, comfy one to wear, actually really easy to pop on and fit around the waist with this tie. The only thing it lacks is pockets, but I don't think they'd work in this dress really. When I went to the post box with my son earlier, I just took a little crossover small bag with the house keys and my phone in, and I decided to wear it with a pair of red flip-flops, which I think go quite nicely because there's a little bit of red in the petals. I'll stand up it so you can see. So yeah, I'll put a picture up of how I've paired it there. I think this afternoon I'm probably going to wear it with a pair of trainers, just because in case my daughter wants any help with the rock climbing, trainers will probably be a bit more practical to wear for that. So yeah, that is the plan. But yeah, I'm really glad to have got this one out, and glad that I didn't just opt for a very similar outfit to yesterday, which is what I might have done if I wasn't filming these videos. So thank you for watching and encouraging me to mix it up and reach for those different things, which is what I really want to do this MeMadeMay. But yeah, I better finish off now and get things ready to head off to the party. So I'll, yeah, finish this video here, and I'll see you again for Monday tomorrow. So yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye. Hello, it's Monday here now, and I've had quite a busy morning. I've been out and about running quite a few errands, so it's quite satisfying to tick some things off the list. But I'm back home now, and it's actually not that long till I need to head out and collect my children from school, or my daughter at least. My son has football practice after school. So I thought I'd take this opportunity now while the house is nice and quiet to pop on and share what I'm wearing today for my handmade wardrobe. And today I picked out a couple of different dresses, and my daughter chose this one for me to wear. And it's one that's quite an old dress, And I have got quite a lot of wear out of it over the years and have quite enjoyed wearing it. But more recently, when I wear it, I don't feel so happy with it in a way. And I've been having a think today about why that is and what I can do to kind of change it a little bit. But I'll talk about the pattern first and then I'll share my sort of issues with it. So this pattern, I think it's the first version I made of this pattern, I've made a few now of this one, is the Hinterland dress by So Liberated. So it's a woven dress pattern and it's got a really good size range. It goes up to a size 34, which takes you up to a bust of 58.5 inches. And it's for a woven dress with a sort of scoop neck and a button down front. And you can either just have that button down front on the bodice, or you can take it all the way down the bodice and the skirt. And it's got a sleeveless option built in and then an option with sleeves. I think there's two different lengths of sleeves. One, you can see on the front here, one is sort of classic short sleeve like I've got on, and then one slightly longer sleeve that comes down to around your elbow. And it's designed to be a fairly sort of, it says the fit is loose yet shapely with side bust darts and a gathered skirt. But you can cinch it in. There are optional waist ties included as a pattern piece too, if you do want to cinch it in around the waist. And it's got pockets, which is always nice. So yeah, it's a really nice pattern, sews up really nicely. I like how the neckline's finished with bias binding. Yeah, it just comes together really nicely, this one. I've made a few versions, and I think this is my first one I made. You probably recognise it because I do wear it a fair amount, or have done over the years. I made this one. It is a sort of short sleeved and just above the knee skirt version, and the buttons go just down the bodice. And I made it in this cotton linen blend fabric that I got a very long time ago from So Me Sunshine. I do quite like a cotton linen blend. I find them quite comfy to wear, and I think they're great for if you're making a dress with like buttons and a placket. I always think a fabric that has a little bit of hold, or is not too drapey. What's that word I'm reaching for? A fabric that's not too shifty is a great fabric for that sort of thing. So cotton linen blend I think works really well for the Hinterland dress. And yeah, I had fun with choosing these little yellow buttons to pop against the fabric. And I think the fabric on the camera looks like it's black and white, but it's actually like a dark navy and white. So yeah, I said I was really pleased with this dress when I made it. I think I made the size 0, and I think I sized down slightly on my measurements, which would more put me as like a size 2 on the bust and waist, and then a size 6 on the hips, because I didn't want it to be too loose fitting. Yeah, so I think I sized down slightly. And yeah, the reason I think that I don't like it so much now is I think I'm a little bit more critical about how things fit me in different places than I was when I first started sewing. And what I've realised about this dress, although I love the fabric and I love the Hinterland dress pattern, is I think the bodice on this version is a little bit too short on me. I'll sort of come up a little bit so you can see. I feel like it's just stopping a little bit above my natural waist. I think in an ideal world, this bodice would be maybe ½ an inch or so longer. Or yeah, maybe ½ an inch, 3/4 of an inch longer, I don't know. But yeah, so I think, and I made the version with the optional waist ties, so I have always sort of cinched it in, but it always feels like it's cinched in and sitting a bit high on me. Almost like I'm trying to cinch in a dress that's somewhere between an empire line and a sort of natural waist length bodice dress. So it almost feels like the dress is slightly too small for me, or too short for me because of that. So when I've been wearing it today, I've been thinking, because I love the fabric, I like the little buttons, it's comfy to wear. So I'd quite like to make it work better for me and make me feel more like it sort of fits me right when I'm wearing it. So what I thought might be a really easy option is just to remove the optional waist ties and create a more of a loose fitting silhouette to it. So if I pull them out, you can see how it fits now. Just sits a little bit more loosely, and I think it feels a bit more like a smock style dress rather than a dress that I'm pulling in at slightly the wrong point. So yeah, I thought that might make it a bit more comfortable, and then yeah, just feel like it is actually designed to be that way rather than it's just sitting a bit short on me. Because I guess the whole point of making handmade clothes is that they do fit you really nicely. So I'm used to that now, making those adjustments so it does fit really nicely. So this one just feels, yeah, not quite right. So I think I might do that actually and just see how it feels. And I'll probably keep the waist ties just in case I decide I don't actually prefer it. I could always add them back in again. But yeah, I thought I might give that a go actually, to hopefully, yeah, just try it in a different way and see if then it feels more comfortable to wear. So that is my takeaway point today, as part of MeMadeMay. But anyway, I'll put a picture up of me wearing it so you can see the full dress. this morning on the school run, it's a little bit chillier today, and it was a bit chillier early in the morning, so I put on over the top of it my Hovea jacket, which I was talking about earlier in May. I find it hard to know what to pair it with. I'll put a picture up with this combination on now. I wasn't 100% sure whether it worked or not with the colours, but it did keep me nice and cosy on the school run. So yeah, I'm just trying it out with different things, the Hovea jacket, and seeing what it works with and what it doesn't work with. So yeah, anyway, that is what I'm wearing today. It's a lovely pattern, the hinterland dress pattern, and I would really like to be able to keep making this one work for me, even though it's a bit short on the bodice. So yeah, anyway, I'll finish off here now, and I will see you again tomorrow for Tuesday. I don't know what the weather's going to be like. I think it's cooling down now. It's definitely a bit cooler today than it was yesterday, I think I said. So yeah, I think we might have some rain this week, so it might not be a summery dress tomorrow, but I'm enjoying it while it still is warm enough for a nice summery dress today. So yes, anyway, I'll finish here and I'll see you again tomorrow for Tuesday. Bye. Hello, it's Tuesday here now, and it's late morning at the moment. And it's been quite a grey overcast day here today so far. So the forecast was right, it's definitely cooled down. We've had no sunshine. There was even a bit of light rain earlier too, so definitely a bit of a change there. And this morning I went out on the school run, and then I decided to go for a walk. I listened to an audiobook, and I really enjoyed getting out. I thought I could do with a bit of fresh air and stretching my legs. So yeah, I really enjoyed getting out and about. And I actually took a bit of footage along the way of my walk, so I could share it with you guys. So I'll pop that in after I finish talking about what I'm wearing today. And then I got back home and my mum popped over for a bit of a catch up. And that pretty much brings me up to now, which is just before lunchtime. So I thought I'd pop on here and share what I'm wearing before I make myself some lunch. And today I thought I'd have a bit of a break from the dresses and skirts and reach for something different. So today I'm wearing a jersey jumpsuit. That's quite a recent make, so you may well recognise it if you've been watching my recent sewing catch-up videos. And I made this jumpsuit using this pattern here, which is the Nova jumpsuit pattern by True Bias. And it's a pattern that's been out for a while, and I always really like the look of it. I do like True Bias patterns generally. I thought this was quite a cute one. But I didn't make it for quite a while, just because I never considered myself a jumpsuit person. I just never felt that they were totally me. But I thought I'd just give it a go a couple of months ago on a whim, and actually I really love it, so I'm glad I tried it. I'll show you the line drawings. So it's a jersey jumpsuit with the kind of fairly thick straps and then an elasticated waist, although you can make a sort of a looser version, but my version's the elasticated waist version. And then this sort of trouser that's not super baggy but not super slim fit either, and that sort of is gathered into an elastic cuff at the ankle. And it's got pockets, and they're quite cool actually because they're anchored into the waistband, which I think works really well for jersey, because I think sometimes jersey pockets don't work so well when they're just hanging down the side of a garment, but actually they're quite practical, these pockets at the front here. And it just came together so nicely, this pattern. I really enjoyed sewing it. I actually asked my daughter if she'd like me to maybe get the mini version of this, because there's a mini version available for kids, and whether she'd like me to make her version, but she wasn't very keen. I was quite disappointed because I quite like the idea of making her a version in like a bright colourful print. But yeah, she wasn't keen, so maybe next year, who knows. But anyway, the version that I made for myself, I made in this navy cotton jersey fabric, so quite a plain one. I got this cotton jersey from Minerva. It seems to work really well for this jumpsuit actually, because it's not too lightweight. So it feels like it kind of holds everything in place nicely, but it is really nice and stretchy and comfy too. I will link it down below. It came in quite a few colours. I did mainly whether to go for black or navy blue, so I didn't have any really exciting colours in mind. I did quite toy with the idea of maybe like a bright red, but I thought no, let's keep it nice and simple. See if I like the pattern in this colour, and I can always maybe make a summery version, maybe the play suit in a brighter colour if I like it. But yeah, I really enjoyed sewing this one up. I'll just step back so you can see how it looks on me. Hopefully you can see the full jumpsuit there. I sort of stood on tiptoes, so you can hopefully see the ankle cuffs as well. It is so comfy to wear, and today I've just layered it over a plain white ready-to-wear t-shirt, which I think works quite nicely with it. I think it would also work really well on its own as well. Obviously it's nice and bra strap friendly because the straps are quite wide, but the weather's not quite warm enough to wear without a t-shirt underneath today, I don't think. But yeah, this is one I haven't worn a lot because it is quite new. But I am conscious I do want to get it out and wear it because I don't have a lot of jumpsuits. I don't often think of wearing a jumpsuit, so I think it's one of those things that could easily end up sitting in my wardrobe and me not ever reaching for it. So I thought I need to wear it a bit now, try a few different ways of styling it, and just sort of remind myself I really like it, and I do feel really comfortable in it in a way that I haven't maybe in other jumpsuit patterns I've tried. So yeah, that's what I thought I'd do today, and it is just the comfiest thing to wear and perfect for kind of in between weather day where it's not super warm but not super chilly either. And I put a picture up so you can see how I styled it this morning. I just popped it on with a pair of trainers, so nice and comfy and casual. And in terms of sizing on this one, I made a straight size 0. My chest and waist measurements would put me as a size 0, but my hip measurement would put me as a size 4. But before I traced out the pattern, I had a look in the pattern booklet for any information on sizing, so I always think that's really interesting and useful to read. And it does say in the pattern booklet, if you're between sizes, I recommend sizing down as there's quite a bit of ease in the pattern. So I thought sizing down the hips, fingers crossed, will be okay, and it has been fine. Actually, there's still plenty of room in the hips. One thing I did do though was I lengthened the pattern. There's 3 different lengthening points you can lengthen that on the jumpsuit, one above the waist, one below the waist, and one on the leg. And I actually lengthened a bit at each of those points. Even though the jumpsuit is drafted for a model who's 5 foot 5 inches tall, and I'm 5 foot 6 inches tall, so you wouldn't think I need to lengthen that much, but I think it is designed to maybe sit a bit slightly higher on the leg, as you can see here, than I wanted. I wanted a little bit further down, and I do know I've got a long torso, so I generally do need to lengthen at those points as well. So yeah, I lengthened a little bit more than an inch overall. I can't remember how much at each point, but I'm glad I played around and did lengthen it because I feel like it's quite a comfortable fit for me. If I hadn't lengthened up here, I definitely think it would be sitting a little bit too tight at the crotch for me. So yeah, anyway, I really like wearing this one actually. It definitely feels a bit different to my normal style, but I do feel really comfy in it, and I feel like I like how I look in it. So yeah, I'm glad to have it on today, and it is just so comfy. It'll be perfect for after school, and my children want to sit on the floor and play a game, and I think it's just the most comfiest outfit to sort of sit cross-legged on the floor and yeah, play a board game, whatever. So yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So yes, I'll finish off here now. I'm going to make myself some lunch, and I'll leave you with a little bit of footage from my walk this morning on a slightly damp morning, and I'll see you again tomorrow for Wednesday. So see you again tomorrow. Bye. Wednesday here now. It's early afternoon at the moment, and I can't believe it's day 5 of this video already. I feel like the last 5 days have gone very fast. I hope you enjoyed seeing that footage of my walk just now from yesterday. It's actually a lot nicer weather here today. The sun is shining at the moment, which is nice. I do feel we're getting quite a mixed bag of weather this May as usual, but that is quite good, I think, because I think it does challenge me to think about different things to reach for as the weather changes day by day. But you may recognise the t-shirt I'm wearing from earlier in the video. This is my black version of the Stellan tee. I wore the navy version, I think it was on Saturday, with my Sabina skirt. And I got the black version out today, but I'm wearing it with a different bottom garment. Instead of a skirt, I got on a pair of trousers today. And this pair of trousers I made using a pattern from this book here, the Make It Simple book by Tilly and the Buttons. I think I've made 3 patterns from this book to date, and I really like it actually, this book. It's got some really nice patterns in, and the trousers I'm wearing today are the Sophia trousers, which is the first pattern that comes up in the book, so I guess the most simple pattern to start on. And I'll show you the line drawings for them here. So yeah, they've been quite a popular pattern, this pattern. I've seen quite a lot of versions of them popping up on Instagram. I guess they're quite a nice wardrobe staple type of trouser. So they're a trouser that's got a wide leg and it's designed to be a little bit cropped. I think Tilly on the front is wearing the dungarees version of the Sophias, and you can see it's sitting a little bit up from ankle. And then they've got this elasticated waist with a flat front, and there are also pockets you can add in that are sort of anchored into the waistband, which I think is quite a good design, because I think the Sophia trousers work really well in a lovely floaty summery fabric. So if you've got the pockets, you kind of want them anchored in so they don't the pockets don't sort of drag down too much and pull the fabric down too much. But yeah, it's a really nice pattern that sews up really simply, and what I guess I like about the pattern is because it's so simple, it's quite a nice one to choose to showcase a bold print for a nice summery trouser. I think it does say in here you can make a more wintry version as well, in like a stretch velvet it even recommends, or a chambray. But yes, I really like this pattern for summer. So I'll stand up and step back a bit so you can see my Sophia trousers I'm wearing today. So I made these, and they're my only version actually of the Sophia trousers, and I made them in a viscose fabric that I got quite a while ago from Rainbow Fabrics. Excuse me. So I don't think it'll still be in stock, but I'll link the Rainbow Fabrics website down below, because they often have lots of nice viscose fabrics in stock, I do find. And yeah, so my ones are this sort of black print with these sort of white florals on, and maybe a slightly, I guess it's like a mid-scale floral. It's a bit larger than I often go for, because I do often go for a ditzy floral. But I quite like the sort of monochromatic black and white vibe of them, and I thought they'd be quite a nice basic for summer to pair with a t-shirt like I'm wearing today, and this is bamboo jersey again, like my navy one, or like a vest top, like a plain black or white vest top. I thought they'd work really well with too. And they're just really, really comfy, because they're elasticated waist, but they've got the flat front, which I quite like. Although I do find, I can't remember if I interfaced it or not, I do find it has sort of crumpled a little bit, so it doesn't sit very flat, because this fabric is quite lightweight. I'll stand a bit so you can see what I mean. Yeah, I do find it crumples after I wear it a little bit, but it doesn't matter too much. I don't think it's too obvious, I don't think. But yeah, they're just really, really comfy and easy to wear. I'm never sure when I wear them if they're totally me, because I don't usually go for a wide-legged trouser. So when I look at myself in the mirror, I'm not sure it feels quite like me. But actually on the school one this morning, one of the mums said, "Oh, I really like your trousers," and I was a bit surprised. And so yeah, maybe they look nicer than maybe I think, I don't know. But they're definitely super comfy and perfect for this sort of in-betweeny weather. They've been great for sort of running around the house doing chores, which is what I've been doing mostly this morning. And then in terms of sizing, I can't remember what size I went for. I think I might have gone based on my waist measurement. I made a straight size 2, because I thought, well, given they're a bit gathered, the hip measurement, even though I'm a size, well, no, I'm not a size large, I'm sort of in between a size 2 and 3 on the hips. I think I probably thought I didn't need to grade out there, because there's a bit of room there, because they were gathered in at the waist. But I remember I did lengthen the crotch quite a bit, because I wanted to make sure they did sit right on my natural waist, rather than a little bit below. And I don't know exactly how they're designed to do, but I remember needing to lengthen it by a bit. But I am quite long there anyway, so I'm glad I made that adjustment, and they do sit nicely and hug my natural waist, which is where I wanted them to be. And then how I styled them this morning, on the school run this morning, it was a little bit chilly, so I just popped them on with a pair of sandals, because it is still just about sandals weather, and a denim jacket. This is a denim jacket I wore earlier in May with an outfit that didn't quite work, but I think it works quite nicely with this outfit. But I am thinking whether I could do with like a darker denim jacket in my wardrobe, whether that would be quite good too. But I think the lighter colour denim jacket worked well with this outfit. I might not need a denim jacket later actually on the school one this afternoon. And then I'll put a picture up just without the denim jacket on, just how it looks with the t-shirt and the trousers together. But yeah, I'd really recommend the Sophia trousers pattern. It's a really comfy one. As I said, I'm still not sure if they're totally my style, but they're definitely really comfy, and they are a lot of fun for choosing a fun print, but they'd also be really great as a real staple and a plain fabric too, I think. So yes, that's what I'm wearing today. So this finished off this video really, because it's day 5, so I'm going to start another video tomorrow with another 5 days of Me Made May. So thank you so much for joining me for this video. I hope you've enjoyed hearing me talk about my outfits and how I think about what I like and what I don't like and that sort of thing. Yeah, if you've enjoyed this video, please do give it a thumbs up, and I'd love you to join me for the next instalment, which will be out in a few days' time. So thank you again for watching, and yeah, hopefully see you again very soon. Bye!